Welcome to Ag Shorts. I'm Calen. He's Brandon. He's my father. I'm the son. We got less than 5 minutes. What is easier to work, horses or cows? And I'm not talking herd management or anything like that. I'm talking working with the herd and trying to move the animals, stuff like that. Something we haven't really covered before. Which herd is easier to deal with and handle in larger quantities?
Oh God. Horses are a lot faster
Yeah.
and they herd up and one breaks, they'll all break. I mean, they're like a bunch of giant sheep on amphetamines.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just, they can be tougher and they're a lot smarter. So they're thinking about where they can evade if they need to.
Yeah.
You're bringing a bunch of horses in, I've had some wild rides, gathering horses on horseback. One of the more dangerous things you can do. But yeah, because your horse all of a sudden decides, hey, do I really need to have this person on my back and this saddle, or I can just act like I don't have them anyway, and they'll tend to do that. So yeah, it's horses are tough. Cows, of course, tend to move slower, but they tend to move independently too. They'll go as a group, and unless you got a bunch of yearlings that I hate. Have I mentioned how mad I hate yearlings?
Yeah, they're
They're
pretty.
such a pain. Oh
Yeah.
God, they're a pain. But yeah, it's those guys are always, looking for a way out and throwing their tail over their back and running the wrong direction, but they don't know where they're going. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just to do it. So I think horses are a lot harder in one way, but if you manage a few of them, then you've got them all too. You know, you can get those lead horses, the the herd lead brumbies, and do something with them, then you got it pretty well whipped. But it's completely different. I mean, it's kind of like you're kind of apples and oranges there a little bit. Uh, Cows, it gets warm, hot, older cows and calves. Bulls, everything's slow. We're gonna just take it slow,
Yeah.
unless you're headed to some green pasture or something, or
Oh
taking
yeah.
bulls to cows, or I mean that it's always what their incentive is all about. So it's it's probably never perfect on any one group, but you just deal with what you got to do. There's different personalities, different ways of thinking, and different ways of moving. So
I
yeah.
I would say the biggest difference too, like you said, there's benefits and there's disadvantages to both. But the intelligence level with a cow compared to a horse is oftentimes very disagreeable with my temperament.
uh
They just do things that you're like, why did you need to do that? And then it
right.
makes you go backwards and have to redo everything. But yeah.
When you get a cow she decides that, hey, I'm not doing this,
Yeah.
and they are stubborn.
Oh yeah.
Usually you can head a horse off and they don't want to do it, but you can spook them back, or get in their way. Or a cow, sometimes those cows will not just run past you, they might run right over the top of you, if they decide that they're not in the same mindset that you are. So it's in a lot of differences between in the corrals or closer to corrals, and um, some of those cows that have a calf on them, they don't want to be brought in. They think something's going to happen to that calf.
Mm.
It's tough to get them in a corral sometimes, and sometimes other ones, sometimes you can grab a bucket and shake it and do what we do. Of course, we do this purposely. We whistle, and there's no reason to chase horses down. You whistle, shake that bucket, and they come running into the corral. Just close the gate behind them. It's easy, piece of cake. Of course, with your mother, the way she's got these cows tuned up, you can kind of do the same thing, I guess. She thinks she's got to hand feed every one of them personally and try to name them. Yeah, she's not. She doesn't do that so much, but uh, she is pretty good about feeding them.
All right. So I guess with that, that's a difference between horses and cows. A lot. Which do you prefer? I don't know.
Eat. I like cows to eat better.
Yeah. Never tried horse. I
I'd
would
rather
be up for
I'd
that.
rather ride a horse. Yeah.